So welcome everybody to the Gamingbrew channel where we love and play all things Dungeons and Dragons. Tonight is Rise of Harlock episode 17. I had to check. Man, it's a lot of episodes. If this is your first time here, we stream every Monday, Thursday, Saturday. And we also create D&D content. 2 days ago, the Phalanx Fighter came out. So if you like hitting people with shields and protecting your allies, he's out now. Today, I was going to have the equipment come out, but it took longer than I expected. So tomorrow, new equipment. New weapon properties, new armor properties, some cool stuff in there, like a modified sling that does tons of damage. So if you like to throw slings like David and Goliath, yeah. This is your first time here, you should hit that follow button. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe. We put out videos twice a week, every week. And we're all in quarantine right now, so you got something to watch. But everything looks good. Tonight is going to start off with the bang as we get into tonight's episode of Rise of Harlock. So, Ghosty ones. I need to fix your cams before we do this. I'm going to try and do both at the same time. On the last episode of Rise of Harlock, 6 of you met some of your companions. You went about Nova Vasi, brokering deals with the hanged ones. I got you, Lemon. Sort of talking your way out of what could have been a small civil war that was going to happen. You also learned from your sightless seer companions that a strange figure was standing on the hills, basically watching you, just scouting out the area. And as you all approached, you saw a single figure standing there, which was recognizable by Sylvia as Harlock, the King Nephistrad himself, and Sylvia's grandfather. He strangely was not attacking, but he seemed to want to talk. So when Yuska messaged him, he wanted just to be invited to dinner with the 6 of you, or the 5 of you. You're saying 6 of you. To which you accepted, taking precautions to make sure you clear out your stronghold from all of your allies and followers. The 5 of you prepared for Harlock to enter, and we pick up as Harlock has just knocked on the front door. I'm going to redo his little intro for this stream that we ended on last week. That's not proper Harlock music.
I was gonna say it sounds too happy for him.
That's better. Alright, so you guys open the door after hearing Harlock knock, and you see a tall, pale man with long, white hair, a large, neatly groomed full beard, and sharp features. He is dressed in crimson black clothing, covered by ornate plate mail, a sheathed greatsword on his back. His high boots make no sounds as each footfall hit almost glides effortlessly underneath as he slowly moves up the stone stairs. You feel his weight, or you feel the weight of his gaze upon each of you as he turns and looks at the 5 of you, slowly in turn. Finally, he speaks in a low, dignified voice. Good evening. I am Harlock von Lishken, ruler of Nephistrad. He smiles. When he smiles, you can see his long white canines peek out from under his beard. His eyes are strangely not like Silas's, but instead they are pure bright red with no pupil. Just a glowing red eye socket. But his smile gives you both a sense of fear, but a sense that he has come respectably. I appreciate you allowing me to join you for dinner. It has been too long since I have seen my granddaughter. Good evening, Sylvia.
Not long enough.
He gives a slight little.
What are you doing here? Why did you want to have dinner with us?
You are the new rulers of Nova Vasi. I feel like it is my place to sit down with the kinship of each of my main cities. And I wanted to look deep into the eyes of Silas, my old Nevermore knight. It has been far too long since you walked Rasmaran. He slowly glides. He sits, which would be right next to Yuska. So at the long table, Harlock has sat right next to you, Yuska. Make a wisdom saving throw, just from being in his presence.
This is off to a good start.
10. It's definitely unnerving, and you can feel just how unnatural his being is, his presence is, compared to what you're used to in the forest. He gives off a very, almost like chill, cold-like aura that permeates off of him. But you're unfazed by his demeanor.
I think you're muted.
Yes, sorry. I'm gonna try to my best to ignore him. I'm just gonna glance over at Sylvia.
Yukinik's gonna lean over the table and just stare at Harlock, taking him in his features, but not saying anything.
Maybe a introduction is in order. I know Sylvia von Lishken, my granddaughter and your ally. I know Silas von Samu, the Nevermore Knight, one of my own kin. But I do not know the three of you. Please tell me, who are you? Don't be frightened. I'm not here to hurt you. I by no means am here to begin a war.
Sure you aren't.
Well, by no means am I frightened. I just didn't want to get off on the wrong foot. This is all new to me, but I'm Lucan Marbus, the leader of the Lantern Priests of Nova Vasi.
A Lightwalker.
Yes. Unfortunately, not that your rule was all that negative, but the Nevermore Expanse has been dark for far too long.
I can't say I'm the best at introductions, but I am called Yuska the Dreamwalker, a druid of the Circle of Dreams.
Gives a knowing, like a nod. And he didn't, like when you said that little quip about the Lantern Priest, he didn't disrespect, his tone didn't change. He just turned to Yuska. He nodded at Yuska. Now he turns towards Ikanik.
She'll look at him and then look down. My name is Yukinik.
Do not be frightened, my friends.
I don't think we're frightened.
If you allow me to introduce myself, I don't know what my granddaughter may have told you about me, but I think it is important that we all introduce each other before we begin negotiations.
Negotiations, you say?
It is only right when you control a kingdom, or a city in my kingdom.
I
Your
don't believe
kingdom is very good, though.
I don't believe this city is part of your kingdom anymore.
I know you're aware of this, granddaughter. No mere city is enough to hold out my existence. It takes more than a few peasants. You should be more concerned with boring me than angering me.
I never said one city was good enough to face you. But when we have 3 or 4, then you should be scared of us.
You see, there are no secrets from me. My spies have seen to it. Just as House Faran has fallen, House Avasian, House Darvu, House Kiesler, House Rickmont, House Tormkov, all know what has happened here. The cities very much fear me. But this is not going to disrupt our evening. Please, let me tell you who I truly am, so that I'm given a fair shake of what this really means. For I was the first to drink the chalice of blood. She brought a fountain of it, the Scarlet Walker. Life. For all of our people. And he turns and looks at Silas as he says that. If only I dared to take it. You see, my own life was coming to an end. I did not refuse this, and I drank deeply. I felt strength, such as I had never known before, tearing through my veins like lightning. Now maybe it'll help you to understand a man does not turn away stale bread when he is starving. And I am starving for more. Silas may have spoken to this, but through trial and error, our Sanguis people have learned just how much to take to feed ourselves, yet not kill. There was no mercy in self-discipline. It's the only hunger for overindulgence will deprive us of the larder. Much has happened since I drank, but also little has changed. My people, our people, when he opens his hands, still farm, still tend to flocks. They fear me, but they are obedient. Life, for most, is hard, but at least they know things for the Sanguis are far more difficult elsewhere. And he looks at Silas again. There is love in me, still, but there is rage in me, the life of which should never be allowed to escape. If I am not satisfied in one, I will indulge in the other, so take light on how you speak to me tonight. He looks at Silas again. Why are you not thirsty? I can see it in your eyes. You do not wish to drink. Have you turned your back? You have no need because you've turned your back on my gift to be like Sylvia? You saw how she transformed.
I have not drank in quite some time, and I'm still the same.
Peculiar. He turns towards Sylvia. You hate me, but you must understand your abhorrence cannot equal that with which I regard myself. I have murdered the beautiful. I have murdered the helpless. I have strangled the innocent as they slept. But I find peace in knowing that you still accuse me of murder, and yet your conscience would be satisfied if you could strike me down if you were not weak enough, not strong enough. Does that make you a murderer?
It does. But I'm not a mass murderer like you. So it would make the world a better place.
For who? The Sanguis? Our people?
For everybody else other than the Sanguis.
Everything I've done for them, our people, our kingdom. The Sanguis leave these walls, and they are ridiculed. They are stalked and stared at with fear and hatred. But here, they are welcome. And we provide a way that others can live alongside them without killing. And you would unleash this chaos instead of my order?
I wouldn't call it order. You oppress every other race that is not Sanguis. Make them give up their children or themselves just to feed everybody.
Thanks for the 600 bits. I'm a bit upset. You can grant advantage to one of the players if you want to on the roll. Sylvia and Yuska, you two have got advantage from I'm a bit upset.
I already have advantage from somebody else giving it to me a couple weeks ago.
I didn't get that. We do have an artwork being made that's going to put a nice little advantage icon at the top of everybody's screen when they have it, but somebody else besides Sylvia?
I think everybody probably has it.
Yeah,
I have one.
Pretty sure everybody has one, yeah.
I'll mark
gotta
Sylvia.
save it.
Just give one to Harlock.
Let's not say we did.
Shut your whore up.
I'm going to mark Sylvia down for 2.
Harlock's gonna need it when we fight him tonight.
Yeah, pretty much.
Some tells me he won't.
I mean, he's level 20 and we're, what, level 6? Yeah, level
Level
6.
up last time, we're not.
I'm just gonna cast Blight 5 times, and that ends.
Just snap his fingers, be all over dead.
What you do not understand, because you have come from a position of privilege until you so abhorribly tried to run your dagger in my spine. A rich man, like you once were, I think all others are rich. An intelligent man thinks all others are similarly gifted. Both are terribly shocked when they discover what the world truly is. You do not know what the world truly is beyond my mist.
If you say so. But I feel like the group of us here could create a world better than the one you have. And that's what we aim to do.
When you get up and start to move, you hear, "Sit down."
Ekenik is gonna go sit down.
Thank you.
You speak to Ekenik like that again, and those will be the last words that you say in this room.
Oh my heart.
He gives a laugh. If you're trying to impress me, you have failed, Sylvia.
All I ever did was try to impress you, and it was never good enough. And that's why I'm going to tear your kingdom down.
Perhaps we can talk diplomatically about this. We don't need to go to war. I'm only here to make sure that the humans of this kingdom are safe. And that they aren't culled for no reason and just drained of their blood.
Yes. Lucan of the Light, I wish to discuss this. I understand that you want to protect your people, but have you ever noticed how willingly these cattle fatten themselves for us?
That doesn't mean you have the right to take them from their families. Is there no other way?
So, I understand that you all have taken the weakest city, Novavasi. You have come here. You have slain a noble house of a frightened, sanguine man. Do you really think the other houses want to lose their arrangements? Do you really think the other houses are as weak as Farond was? What I offer, partly because this is my granddaughter, even if she has a spiteful tongue, there is still love in my heart. Rule this land, rule this city. Do whatever with it you please, just pay the tax. Pay the tax, and this is whatever you want to do with it. I do not step in with an iron fist to control houses, as long as they do what they're supposed to for the entire kingdom. So if you want to rule, place whoever you want to be as the house, you will be expected to come to council when called, and Razmaran. But pay the tax, pay the blood tax, as it is for all sanguis. You can do whatever you wish, make the world a better place, and whatever your light seems fit.
Novavasi's willing to do all of that, but not the tax. The taxes have to stop. They're causing too much destruction and too much torment between the families of the common folk.
We could pay a tax in gold as opposed to blood. But no blood will leave this city.
So you want my people, his people, the people you turned your back on, Sylvia, to starve?
They won't starve if only one city stops paying a tax.
And then when the other houses see one city will not pay, do you think they will grow restless? Do you think they will all march on your borders? And then look to me to stop them?
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe they'll realize that there are other ways of getting blood by donation, or, I don't know, maybe paying for it.
He gives like a wry smile. Do you think House Rickmont will drink the blood of a fox when they have their lavish parties? Do you think the Falkovnian undead will want to feast on what? If you are not up for this task, then you may leave Novavasi behind, walk through the mists. A last departing gift for a family member.
We will not leave Novavasi. Novavasi is ours now, not yours.
He turns and looks at the rest of you. No easily spotted. Like it's hard to tell his mood. It's hard to tell how he's reacting. He just kind of turns and he's looking at everyone as he's talking. He cast Charm on Sylvia. Make a wisdom save.
Can we see it happen?
Don't forget you got advantage.
Yeah, he looks at him and goes,
Cool.
Definitely gonna use it if I
No.
need it. Oh man. It is.
There's the
I need to
one.
succeed on DC 20. It's actually impossible for me to pass that.
So for the next 24 hours, you're charmed by Harlock. You think of him as a trusted friend. One that you want to protect. And he openly charmed you in front of the group. Now that he's, let's say, more eager to listen, tell me, the rest of you, have I not offered you terms that are agreeable? Have I not provided insight into this kingdom that you so foolishly tried to plow through? Don't you know
No.
that I see you always? Don't you know I've been watching you since you first stepped foot in Novovasi? Do you
You're
think...
not the first one, to be honest. So,
All we ask for is for a trade. Instead of a tax, we'll get the people to donate the blood, and in return, they get gold. You still get the blood you need, but the people won't die, and they'll actually get something for their sacrifice.
My coffers will not pay for this blood. If you wish to pay for the blood of the humans, so be it.
but you need the blood.
Yes, but see, what you don't understand is I can easily remove you and put someone else here.
What if we just remove them again?
Do you imagine that the five of you are the first to try to invade my realm?
I
Well,
highly doubt it.
I let you use my army to kill Faran. You think you'd be more grateful? I wished you here, and you will just throw this in my face.
I really wish I could ask a question of his army.
What do you mean you
wish
wished us here?
He changes his shape and he becomes the Sightless Seer, the Beholder. He uses Polymorph.
I know.
God damn it! All right, now can we? Oh, I'm charmed. I can't do that.
You can't do anything.
I was literally about to ask him if he was the Sightless Seer too.
He reverts back to Harlock. You can still talk and stuff. You just can't be hostile. You have to be like, you have to look at Harlock as a bud.
Yeah, I know. Well, if I wasn't charmed, I would have attacked him right there.
Level 9 blight. I wanted you here. I wanted Faran removed. For you see, it gets boring. So boring in Razmaran. Everyone falls into place.
Why are you Harlock if you're not Harlock? Unless you are.
I do not understand what you speak of, Ikanik.
He changed in front of us.
Hmm?
And then changed back.
Hmm?
She's utterly confused.
What you do not understand is children have their playthings. Humans, and he points at Lucan, they go to war. I have you. But remember, broken toys are easily discarded, so excite me.
If what you're looking for is change, why not give it a try? It might work out better for you. Would it not be interesting to see how the other cities would respond?
I think I know how most of the cities would respond. I know that if you went to House Avassian, the same fools who drank demon's blood to try to act as if they were drinking from the Scarlet Walker and grow stronger than me, and now are filled with madness, and will only turn over more taxation than they need to. They would not speak to you like I have. They would just slit your throat. You're going to go speak to undead ghouls and tell them they will not be able to feast on the bones of the discarded? You may be able to speak to House Rickmont and Morzai, join their parties, wear the porcelain masks, dance through the halls, and be entertaining enough to persuade them, but what is that, 1 of 6? Also come to the shadows of Nevermore, Lucan. I am at least allowing light to shine through today.
But why stop at just today?
So if I allow this to happen, you, in 3 days' time, give a taxation of blood harvested by your hands, and then from the coffers of Farand and whatever income you can provide to pay these humans. I'm willing to allow that, as long as the blood is delivered on time, as it should be. There will be no attacks from Razmarond, though I do not say the same for the other homes once they discover what is presumed to be a weakness here. What do you think, Sylvia? Do you think this is a good idea?
I think it's a great idea.
Hey, Lucan, he agrees.
Something tells me he has to.
Then it is settled.
She
Then.
has to.
We'll get you the blood, but no one will be sent back. Just the blood.
That is agreeable. And then 3 months from now, again. 3 months from now, again. And again. Till you are no longer House, whatever your name is.
Well, the city's not just mine, but again, my name is Marbus.
House Marvis. This is going better than I thought. It's funny what happens when you put a muzzle on a rabid dog. Do you think this is agreeable terms, Silas? Do you think this way of harvesting blood will appease those that you have known for decades in Razmarond before you left?
Does it matter if it appeases them?
Yes, well, see, you are a very small city. The kingdom is vast. Population is vast.
That may be, but you are still the leader of all of them. And you're the one that would allow it to happen.
Yes, but I think just the thought of thousands of Sanguis marching towards Novavasi for breaking the status quo would be interesting. I had such plans for you, Silas.
I'm sure you did.
I hope you understand that I am no liar. What I say is gold. I have no reason to be deceptive, for deception is dull. So if I leave today and this is agreed upon terms, I will expect to see the Viticoline march with large urns of blood. And I will expect that if I call the house to come to Razmarond, there will be no delay.
That can be arranged. The tax in the next 3 days might be tough, since I don't know if the city has that many urns, but we'll get it figured out, I'm sure.
Well, if need be, the terms here are agreeable. Maybe the next 3 days you just have to let it wash over you. Death is cold, but the future could be bright.
How much blood are we exactly talking here?
1% of the population. So it's I think it's 150 people for Novavasi.
And he's expecting the entire body's worth of blood, basically, right? That's a lot of blood.
That's 10 pints a person. Times 150 people.
I mean, if anyone's to know that, it'd be Silas or Sylvia. How much blood?
That's 1,500 pints of blood. That's a lot of blood.
I mean, if every human donates some, that's doable, I think.
What happens if we deliver this to you? Like, what do we get out of it?
To do with whatever you wish with the city. Novavasi is yours. Whoever is in charge. And you will see no quarrels from me. Do with it as you wish. Remove all the sanguis if you wish.
So we just have to pay this tax once?
Every 3 months.
That's kind of a lot, I think. I don't pay taxes. But
Ikanik, do you have any blood in this home? That I may quench my thirst? I see your name above the door there.
yes. Yes, I am. Ruler of the kitchen. Well, we found a body here earlier, so there's probably something. I will go talk to our lovely cook named Max. He's a really lovely person. Yeah.
Thank you.
Just gonna scurry off to the kitchen.
So when you get in there, you just get paid Mad Max to go away for a while. So no one's in there.
You knew about this, though.
I know! I don't suppose I find any blood here, do I?
No.
Okay, I'm going to go into my makeshift lab area over here, I think. No, I actually still have the wild magic potion on me. Great. I'm gonna grab a cup and I'm gonna put some wild magic potion in it.
Oh no. Eek is the one that kills us.
Okay.
But obviously it's not red. So, fuck. Oh, hello. That satyr isn't here, is he? Is he out in the backyard?
Everyone's gone because you guys went through and told everyone to leave for a while.
Do I find any beets?
Nothing's grown yet. It's only been a couple days. Trying to get some beet juice. This is Dwight Schrute. You could probably find beets in, if you're looking for like just beets, you could probably find some in the kitchen that you guys have purchased from the market.
No, it's fine. I think, Eek she would like cut her hand pretty badly. It cannot look like a wild magic potion. It should be as red as she can get it.
Dang. We're gonna die, but it's not gonna be Sylvia's fault. This is awesome.
So when you cut your hand,
it's gonna be a fireball, kills us all.
in the hallway, Harlock goes, yeah, he looks at the kitchen and he gives a sniff. Good. Seems your friend is offering.
How much damage do I take?
Roll a d4. It's 4 points of damage.
That's not bad. I thought you were gonna take a lot more damage.
I didn't mean to click that.
Yeah, you just have that for us here, don't you?
So while Eek is preparing, Harlock turns to Yiska. Do you dream in my expanse, or do you have nightmares?
Oh, I would say more nightmares than dreams.
Sleep is like death. There's a realm of nightmares.
I think this place is corrupted.
There's
There's
been this
nothing
way.
natural up here.
It was not like this way before, but it has been this way since those like yourself have taken into the woods to the north. I do not make this place corrupted. I am not vile. I just want my people to survive, to live, because I put us down this path. I have something special planned for you.
Oh?
Your friends, on the other hand, we shall see. And Ika, you can walk out if you're ready.
She will pop out of the door without the glass, and she's like, "Do you want like a good berry or two in it, maybe, or an acorn?"
No, that is quite all right, Lord of the Kitchen.
We have a few. I would recommend it. Maybe not the acorn, but
Sure.
great. We have 10 of them. I'll be back. She'll go to the kitchen and she'll grab a good berry that's in her pocket. Because she got from Goose Guy, I think, yesterday. And she will hold it in her hand and pray to the Avis, non-Avis, Ursus god, something that's been giving her acorns. It's like, we're in a really bad situation. I don't know what this is going to do, but I really hope you can help us. And I'm gonna put you in this magic drink. Okay. And then she'll drop the good berry in the drink.
Okay.
You're just dropping it in whole.
And then she'll bring the drink out.
Okay. As you walk out, Harlock says too, he's still talking to Yusuke, he says, "Does murder turn your stomach?"
To me?
Yeah. Does murder turn your stomach?
Well, death is a part of nature. I can't say that I would ever do such an action unless I had a reason to.
On your adventures with my granddaughter, has it been getting easier to kill?
I don't know about easier, but it has become more commonplace.
Then Eek walks out with the goblet. he reaches up
Yep.
to take it.
She'll only stand. She'll actually go over to Yusuke and like lean across the table over Yusuke to give it to him.
I'll take it out of Eek's hands as she passes it through and hand it to him.
When Eek
I'm
goes,
gonna insight him to see what he's playing at with like how he's gauging me as I hand him the cup.
Eek's gonna try to tug on Yusuke's sleeve to go sit with her in a few spaces back.
Make an inside check, Yusuke.
And if the 18 would help, I'll burn the advantage.
18's a good roll, but as you look into Harlock's red fire eyes and his very calm demeanor, it's hard to tell what he's planning as he looks at you. Harlock takes the goblet, looks down at it, swishes it a bit. He looks at Eek and Eek.
hand in the kitchen.
Would you much prefer that I just take it from the source?
No, not really.
So he takes a drink. And I rolled, you glow with a bright light in 30-foot radius. Everyone within 5 feet of you is blinded.
Wait, I pulled on Yusuke's sleeve. Did he do anything, or was he like too insightful searching?
He was looking at my eyes, but he didn't react to you. So Harlock drinks, and then he just instantly starts to grow bright, and he laughs.
Well, that was interesting.
I guess the light courses through your veins, Ikanik, from your friend here.
I have had angels talk to me before, so it's very likely that I am now holy. Do you feel different? Do you feel good? Like, you won't murder people?
I feel less bored. Thank you. You can smell the difference, but I just wanted to see what the concoction would do. And it did not disappoint.
What? Excuse me?
So who are you? Are you invaders of Novavasi? Are you marauders? Or do you consider yourself to be peace breakers?
I can't speak for anybody else, but I would like to consider myself a healer. More so when I speak to these druids or whatever happens to the north.
Well, my dreaming friend, when you speak to those druids, understand that terror must answer with terror. When you pierce beyond the veil, your insight may turn to insanity.
So what they worship is not from the trance?
It is not. It is not even from beloved Scarlet Walker or her powerful husband, El Terrell.
Is it not of Elmadun and his children, then?
I believe they call themselves Bashous Ones. Empty. And you 5, maybe 4, are the first to walk the Nevermore Expanse and appear to be somewhat selfless.
Why?
Just the realm that we live in. Harlock's gonna drop charm from Sylvia. And he's gonna say, Sylvia, if only you knew how near I am always to you.
What do you mean by that?
When I saw you meet your companions and walk into Novavasi, I watched over you. Though you may be blinded by selflessness, maybe you've forgotten your people. You are still a von Lishken.
I am. But how long have you been Harlock for?
Untold centuries. Your blood runs as cold as mine.
So, am I your granddaughter, or am I Harlock's actual granddaughter?
You are my granddaughter. Alistair, Eleanor, your parents.
So we are all part beholder?
Oh, that is just a ruse. I couldn't willingly give you forces. But you are in the exact position that I wished those months ago. And it has worked out wonderfully. I think some gratitude is in order. Have I not put you on the path to free your people, Lucan?
Perhaps. But you plan to just trap them in a different way?
Yes, see? Your friend here knows the game. And this is a game. It's all spectacle.
Why did you want the sword in the tomb? Or why did you want us to get it?
To see if you are prepared and worthy enough to fight for Rond.
Were you also outside the tomb?
No, I was not. Just watching from afar. Curious encounters.
Encounters with what?
It is hard to say from my position, but I do know that the deities are fickle.
Out of character. What was that guy's name again? The
Kava?
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Were you Kavwa when we were near there?
I would never stoop so low.
Were you Kavwa's companion then?
He gives a deep laugh. I am no one's companion.
Were you there when I died?
I mourned the loss, and I was surprised to see you return.
Then you know what brought me back?
I do not, and that is something that I wish to know.
You weren't Noala, were you?
No, I was not.
Okay, I didn't think so.
If you had perished that day, Silas, rest assured that the mist would have shrouded your tomb. Even though you tried to take my granddaughter from me, you have protected her.
The only reason I'm not dead is because of him.
Forever alone, Harlock. He is a very lonely, bored person.
I mean, I'm pretty sure, Sylvia, I've saved your life a handful of times as well. Don't
I
discredit the rest of us.
I was meaning when he first took me from Rasmuron.
Hmm.
It is your fault that I am like this, grandfather.
Do not blame me for your trying to assassinate me. I had to make an example of you, or lose my grip on the people. All actions have consequences.
Yes, but it's your actions that led me to doing that in the first place?
I had such plans for you.
Sure you did.
You do remind me of my brother. Full of hope. A lust for life. And stubborn as an ox.
Who is your brother?
Henrik von Lishken. Your uncle.
I know, you've spoken of him before. Perhaps you should share with the others who he was?
He had a fascination for finding consorts. Beautiful and intelligent people of all genders. But he was also a friend of the humans. Although I always tend to think of him as wanting these humans for more of a plaything than because he truly cared. But it looks like that idea has fallen. Now, before I go, I want you all to know that I still rule this land. And I am polite. But if you anger me, I will not hesitate.
Does Zoltan know who you are?
He smiles. Yes. He does.
So who is Zoltan then?
I am.
Is he who he says he is?
He's Zoltan?
Silas here.
Oh, sorry, that's Zoltan. I meant Zoltan's right
No,
hand.
Zoltan's the guy too.
Harlock is the sightless seer, is what he's saying. The sightless
Yeah,
seer is
no,
not a-
I got that.
Yeah,
Who
but
was the guy
Zoltan
that
is-
was helping us.
Oh,
Oh, Zunar. I think it's Zunar.
Zunar.
Oh,
Yeah.
Zunar, yeah.
Yeah. No, he's not Zunar. Zunar does not even know who I am. And I'd prefer to stay that way.
What would happen if the Royal College found out?
Oh. I do not fear anything mortal on Erenel.
Well, maybe you should start fearing them.
I've lived for centuries. Nothing's come close. I am more a prisoner of Erenel than scared of Erenel.
Forgive me, but I think my religion is a little rusty. But I thought El Terrell thought the same thing too, and now he's gone.
Yes, but he was defeated by the creator himself.
I don't think that El Terrell would appreciate being compared to you.
Well, if I was in the below with the Lord who doesn't bow, then I would bow to our Lord. But you see, I cannot leave Nevermore. I am bound to it. I am bound to my people. Though I grow bored, I find ways to entertain myself.
How are you bound to it?
He drinks from the wild magic potion again. I can see invisible creatures for the next minute.
Yeah.
Cool.
I hope a fireball goes off in his mouth.
How are you bound to the Nevermore Expanse? You say it like you're trapped here.
Much of my life I have searched to find a true heir, and I have been nothing but disappointed. When I can leave Nephistrad to someone I know that is willing and able, then I will leave.
You could just leave it to me.
Rest assured, dear granddaughter, I was considering it, but not in your current state.
Well, there's no way to restore my state, is there? That I don't know of?
There's always a way to find these things. I am truly pleased with your progress thus far. So, my friends, I enjoyed this chat. I enjoyed this magical blood. And he stands up. His full 8-foot frame. He looks at the five of you, and he gives you a very wry, half smile, half smirk.
He's as tall as Yuska.
I enjoyed tonight. I'm curious. Have the five of you figured out which one of you has betrayed the others yet? Or are you still in question?
I think it's Lucan. Out of character.
So that must be
What the fuck?
Out of character, I think he's referring to Zilri.
Oh, yeah, he might, yeah, probably.
But it could be a number of things. We don't know.
There's no betrayal here, at least not yet. Sylvia might take after you and leave some information out, but she hasn't done anything that bad yet.
He gives like a chuckle. Hope. Armor of the fools. He turns and he starts to walk out.
As Sorry, go ahead.
Is there anything on Harlock's body that is really gaudy? Like a really weird ruby necklace or like a ring? Something?
So he is covered in rings on all fingers, necklace. He has a very ornate obsidian plate mail and a great sword. The great sword hilt has a large crimson ruby in the hilt in the center.
Okay.
And he never takes off his crown, his golden crown with the rubies align the sides of it. And there's a ruby for each city.
As he's walking out, I'm gonna shoot my short bow, but I want to miss.
Okay.
As soon as he pulls out his short bow, targeting Sylvia.
Okay, make a wisdom save.
DC 15.
Dang it.
Harlock turns around and this gives a... Maybe you will find out who is the betrayer. And then turns into the bats and just flies off in the dark. Leaving the five of you around a little after midnight, around 1 o'clock in the morning, sitting in the dining hall. You can hold him for a minute.
As soon as all the bats leave, I'll drop the spell.
Let me go, Yuska. I wasn't gonna actually hit him.
Time and a place, Sylvia. This is not the time or the place.
Well, Lucan, it looks like you have a big day, a few days ahead of yourself.
Well, I was hoping that I wouldn't be the only one doing the hard stuff.
You're the only human.
We're a group now, though.
That doesn't mean that others could fashion a way to create the urns, because we don't think the city has enough of those.
Would we know if the city does?
Sorry,
I'm
what was
not-
that?
I mean, if you went,
Just kind of out of.
if you go door to door, you might be able to get them, but may have to talk him into letting you take them too. But, I mean, maybe.
I can't say I'm good with money or know how much this will cost, but I would imagine what we've gotten from Ferrand would allow us to pay at least for this first tax. But it seems like for the time being we should play his game until we are at least in a better position. You have a threat to the north that we need to deal with in the forest that I would much rather be taking on as soon as this is over with. And maybe the Olithine, and bring some of that into our fold if we need to. But I don't know if I was reading into this right, but it seems like he wants us to clear house around his little empire.
Well, at the very least, the city can support at least the one tax through donations. I don't know if it can keep up every 3 months. I don't know how much blood we'd have.
Well, you saw what I wrote, didn't you?
Well, my concern is having our people too weak to defend themselves, if that's what's to happen.
We have to play his game until we're in a better position.
At least for now, yes.
Leeching and giving a pint every 2.5 years is like nothing.
Yeah. It's convincing them to keep doing it, though, is the issue.
That's true.
Mind you, I'm sure that's easier to do than just be like, hey, I'm going to take like 1% of your people and kill them.
Plus, yeah. Say if you give us silver per pint of blood, I'm sure that'll suffice.
I can't imagine if we are able to succeed in whatever it is that you guys have planned, that they won't have to be doing this for longer than maybe the next year. But we certainly can't be brazen, as overconfident as Harlock might be. This is all just a game and we have become pawns. Whether we want to be or not.
I don't think we became them, I think we've been them this whole time.
I agree. We ended up doing his dirty work. We destroyed a weak house, and if we don't hold up this, he'll just destroy us and replace us with a stronger house.
If we're to succeed with the final end game, we must keep going until the 5 of us can at least match him.
Then the city, will it be run by a single house, or are we going to be working together on this?
Cooperative?
In my village, it was run by a group of like elders. Maybe we can do something like that too.
Either way, we have to be united in pretty much everything going forward.
If we want it to be run like that, we're gonna have to have some serious talks with the were-rats. I believe they think that Tristan is going to run the city.
We'll see what happens once we free his mom.
We'll also need to discuss those hanged men. If we're to be able to supply enough blood to the capital, they can't keep interfering.
How are we going to get the blood out of a human?
I was hoping you'd be able to help with that, Ikanik. Did you not take one of those contraptions from that cave not too long ago? Would you be able to get the blacksmiths to recreate something similar?
We still have it.
It's in the bag.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's exactly safe.
We're not going to be using it to create some abomination. It's merely just to put into a vein and remove some blood.
What if we dilute it with like animal blood?
At
I
least
don't
for the
think that would
first
be-
tax, let's not take that risk.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
And Harlock would know immediately. I wouldn't be surprised if he even was still listening to our conversation now.
Ugh.
Exactly. If he's been imitating the beholder, and he's been talking to me, and not an actual beholder, that means he knows everything that we're doing.
Wait. Do you guys remember when we were talking to the sightless seer through the mirror in the tent, and we were telling him that we were hearing voices, like I was hearing voices, and he said that if we just close our ears, then we don't have to, like talk to them. God, tell us something.
What are you getting at?
Hold on,
The
what
thing is,
did
he
say?
was the voice in all of our heads, perhaps maybe except for you, hearing your angels, since he did not seem to say anything about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's
that much.
multiple parts being played at here, I think.
He
But he
said
is right, the gods are fickle.
you can stop talking to them and their eyes will be closed. When we told him that other things were talking to us. What if we just ignore Harlock?
That might be kind of hard to do considering the area we're in.
We can't just ignore Harlock.
That was his advice.
Unfortunately, it won't work. As
It
you saw,
was-
he was able to come
it
to us
was-
with no problems.
It was his advice to have the other gods not bother him.
That's
What's
probably right.
What's important is we find a humane and quick way to get the blood drawn. Myself, Ikanik, Yuska, we can probably use some of our healing, good berries and whatnot, to cure the wounds, to seal them up. If we don't have enough contraptions and we need to start cutting.
How many people do we need exactly again?
1,500.
Hmm.
There's 15,000 per. Yeah, in the city, according to 1%.
The 1,500 would be 10%.
But it's also 1 pint per person instead of 10.
Oh, yeah.
So 1,500 people.
That shouldn't be hard to do. And who knows, if we get extras, we can use that for the next tax. He said nothing about fresh blood.
It might actually come in handy for our hanged ones.
Yeah, it'll feed them, keep them happy. Because we will need to put them on the. We do a group of elders. We will need to put them on it.
Well, then, to keep it easy, every 3 months they can get a part of the tax. We'll get a little extra surplus.
Only 1 pint or 2.
Is it really that bad to try to do what Zillery was doing if they're really bad people?
My concern's more so that it wouldn't work on Harlock as much as it is inhumane.
Also, are all Sanguis evil? Or are they all drugged down by Harlock?
This is true.
Well, I know at least 2 that aren't completely evil. 1 that's not completely evil, 1 that depends on the time of day.
I don't know. The ones over in Grandchester seem to really like Resmir too, so. Well, for the time being, yeah, we should focus on that tax. And then deal with whatever threats that we currently know about before we continue on. Because if we're not fighting the tax collectors, one of the other houses might come to claim this territory. And we should be prepared for that.
So
But that might be our
yeah. No, go ahead.
that might be our opportunity to continue the conquest, I guess. To free more cities.
Alright, then let me and my priests deal with the blood taxes. And perhaps Silas and Sylvia and the rest of you can help work towards getting the city ready for fighting.
So theoretically, where did Ferran keep all of the money in the city?
You never
Considering Harlock, we haven't. That's
You-
kind of what I figured.
You went through his mansion, but you didn't find any coffers or any sizable income.
Well, since we don't know where it is, Silas, perhaps you and some of the Sanguis or even the Hanged Men could hunt for that. We do have some time.
We can always ask his wife.
Alright, well then I'll be heading off to bed. I have an early morning and a very busy couple days.
All right.
Yep.
So we're going to do our quick break for the night. I'm going to do a Erenel Multiverse mug giveaway while we all take our quick break. So I'm going to start this up real fast.
Are we allowed to participate? I need a mug to match my other one.
Yeah, everyone can participate.
Woohoo!
Let me get it up. So if you're in chat, as soon
That's
as
what
I...
she said.
Ah! So if you're in chat, this is going to pop up here real soon. You can go for one of the Erenel Multiverse mugs, the sweet mug. It's got the Gamingbrew logo on one side and the Erenel artwork of the universe on the other side.
Oh, it's the
I have
universe
this
instead of
background anymore.
the Erenel and Gamingbrew? It's a different one?
It's the map of the multiverse. That one.
Yeah, it's the one with the map of the multiverse.
Ooh, I like that one.
All right, so right now, if you do ! raffle in chat, you can join the raffle. If you're a sub, you get 2 tickets. If you're just a follower or just watching, you get 1 ticket. But hit that ! raffle right now in chat. Anyone's welcome to join in. And we'll be right back. See you in like 2 minutes.
Oh, is the guy who wins everything on this raffle going to win this one too?
That was me. So
I know.
No.
That's why I said it.
I need 2 mugs, one for each hand.
Grizzly, you
Come at
gotta
me.
let somebody else win.
You know what? If
One
they
other
wanted to win, they would.
Just
Okay.
because the RNG says, "Hey, it's Grizzly," RNG him. Yeah. I'll just pour some whiskey. I wish I could, Des, but you're a little far away. Did you figure out your screen yet? The tearing? Nice. You need to buy a green screen now, Des? Yeah.
So guys, this is my new place. Can't see it very well. This is the bedroom. There's another bedroom over there. There's a bathroom right there. Downstairs has the kitchen and living room and dining room.
So like a yeah.
It's a tunnel, yeah. It's really nice. It's all upgraded, all new appliances and stuff. So, cause we signed, they just changed the unit into an upgraded unit before we signed. So they changed all the stuff, the new carpet and vinyl and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's nice. My mic is picking up everything, and I have no idea how to like change the sensitivity of it. I mean, I did, but it's like almost at 0.
Do you have the thing on from Discord?
What thing? Oh yeah, the noise suppressor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you have for a video card?
NVIDIA. No, that's my gaming card. I don't know.
Oh yeah, NVIDIA has that better system. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try downloading their audio. See if it will work for you.
Let's see what I have. I might have the control panel.
'Cause I have both the Discord thing running and the voice control.
Oh.
That's what it is.
Just to cancel out everything.
RTX audio.
Yeah.
IPA and rating say it's amazing in chat. If you're in
I
chat,
have that running plus the Discord thing just to basically double catch it.
your mic sounds pretty good.
Oh, it's because I'm not running it through like 4 different programs now.
That certainly would help.
So if you're in chat, the raffle's still rolling. ! Raffle. Put yourself in to get an Erenel Multiverse mug.
It's as big as your head. That pizza.
Papa John's? Pizza Hut.
Domino's.
Domino's. Damn it.
2
Domino's.
days ago.
Good choice.
We moved in.
The 30 days.
We moved in with my stuff and Sable's stuff on the same day. It took 13 hours, and my body is covered in bruises because it was just him and I can barely lift 10 pounds, so it was just awful.
Mm.
And it was just like I was so bit shit. There's bruises on my fingers. So bad.
I don't want to know.
All right, I'm going to close the raffle in 30 seconds.
So how many pins of blood do we need, sorry?
1,500.
Excuse me, the word is pint?
That's what he was talking about.
It's fine, I'm gonna start talking about
Nice.
Oh, shame.
All right, entries are closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time to pick a winner. So once we pick the winner, you'll see it pop up in chat. If you win, there should be a link for you to click on. You just click on the link, and then it opens up something for your information, like your address for the shipment to go to. It's all run through Streamlabs.
Pick it up, here's the gears.
And the winner is Rizzo.
Oh, damn.
Hey, yo, Rizzo is the winner. And there's the mug on screen. That's what the mug looks like, dude. So Rizzo, you hit that
Look at
redeem, you should be all right, good to go.
Real cheap shipping. Lee'll just drive it over to your house.
And hand deliver it. He'll break quarantine just for you.
Congrats, dude. Yeah, just make sure you click that thing and put your info in. You'll be good to go. Let's get back into the game. Ghosty Ones and Domino's Pizza, you have just taken a long rest. You keep eating, it's fine.
Hashtag Domino's sponsorship.
I wish, that'd be awesome. You take a nice long rest, except for Sylvia, who just has to kind of just hang out. You wake to clear skies as light shines through the windows of your stronghold. Ghosty Ones, it is the 10th of Narblith. What would you all like to do?
I will accompany Lucan on whatever expedition he's all about right now. Help collect.
I'm gonna say wander down to the docks to see if there's any containers that are suitable there as well. Barrels, whatnot.
Okay.
Considering
I'll
I
go
think
with
I think our potion's not going to be ready for what, another 2 days or a day?
Yeah, 2 days.
Yeah, something like that.
And tomorrow your armor's done.
Yep. So yeah, basically just today I think is going to be a collection slash resource day.
Yeah, so I would be. Lucan wants to talk with Ekanik and ask her to arrange a large, like, community dinner inside the new Temple of Resmir. So I want her and Mad Max to go and collect as much food as possible and as many cooks as possible to make food for about 1,500 people, if possible. As much as she can do.
I only know one cook. Well, two if we count Virgil. And
Unfortunately, Virgil's gone missing, or at least he hasn't.
We don't know.
come with Hillary.
She doesn't know that.
Yeah.
well, Villery's missing, but Virgil's probably just back at the castle cooking up some porridge.
Possibly. But between you and Mad Max, I'm sure you know enough chefs. You can probably find some.
I just told you I only know 2 chefs.
Even if you just manage to find enough people to make a
One.
bunch of really big pots of soup.
Wander to the inn.
Well,
Yeah,
that cook killed somebody at the Howling.
No,
Hen.
it wasn't the cook that did it.
It was
Very long
the
ago.
it was the waitress.
Yes.
Yes. It only took you 17 sessions to figure it out.
I'm sure I wrote it down.
We still haven't found her either.
No, we
How-
found her.
No, she ran away again.
No, we totally found her because Eek like killed her or something on accident. Or no, she tried to when she was climbing up onto her bed. Okay, never. How much?
Don't smile like that, Lee.
How much food?
Just because Harlock was her.
How much food does 1,500 people eat?
A lot.
It doesn't have to be all over in one day. We can feed them all over the course of the next 2 or 3. Because we have, what, 3 days until the tax people get here?
3 days. Okay, well, I'll probably go hunting with Yarb and Dorth.
I think
I don't think hunting will help.
I think buying food from the marketplace would be the easiest and the fastest way to do that.
Now, where do they get their food? They go hunt for it.
Yes, but the amount of food that you need, I don't think you can hunt it in time. Mad Max, he knows the prices of the food here. He can help you get that arranged. I'm sure he knows some
yeah.
friends.
I'll go talk. So she will not follow Yuska, but instead stay in the kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Lucan would want to grab all of his the Novasi guards and any other people believing in the faith and kind of go door to door and be like, "Hey, tonight, come to the church. Maybe get a couple of those hear ye's town criers."
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay.
I'll wander actually to the hanged ones and see if they have any blood containers.
Okay. So I got Yuska with Lucan.
Or before we head out, I'll catch up with Lucan after this. I want to get Sylvia alone to speak with her privately.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So you pull Sylvia aside as Silas, Eek, and Mad Max and Lucan are starting to leave the stronghold for the day. Do you want to do it in a way where they don't see you pull her aside, or do you want to just like
As subtly as I can.
Okay.
Because I don't want Eek to know.
It's pretty easy to do since everyone's so wound up and in like work mode. Pull Sylvia to the side.
Your grandfather mentioned someone betraying us.
He did. I'm wondering who it could be.
Zilri is missing.
Yeah. Zilri is missing, but I don't think that's betrayal.
Nora, well, your demon friend, at least on the day that she went missing, chucked a body into the furnace. I don't know if this is the betrayal that he mentioned, or if there's something else.
Alright, here's what the scoop is. And don't tell Ikanik. I killed Zilri. That's what happened.
He was.
Sorry?
She would have probably attacked us at some point.
I agree. I also...
I've learned not to trust anybody in this place, but
It's probably a good
it
idea.
does cause me to worry a little bit. And especially if we're going to see this through, whatever this ends up being. We cannot give them any reason to cause rifts, I guess. I don't know. My siblings always said I was wise, but I've never really felt all that smart.
I don't know, you seem
Either
pretty
way,
smart to me.
we need to be united in this effort, and I don't think Eek should ever know, because I can't gauge how she would actually react.
I agree. I don't think this is the... I don't think this is the
That's a
betrayal we're
lot.
speaking of, though.
It's a lot.
Five silver was what? A month's wages?
Yeah, we can argue for the price if you want. Lucan's idea was just to make sure that there's no, like, I don't want to do this, just like, oh, 5 silver, yeah.
I was thinking, well, when I was talking out of character the other night, 1 to 2 silver.
2 is definitely doable, yeah. Save us some money, too.
Doesn't Max get 5 silver a month?
A week?
Oh wait, okay. Oof.
He gets 2 gold a month.
Which is why he's going to be making a bunch of food.
You gotta work for that money, boy.
Making what people make in their lifetimes in like a month.
That's what. Yeah, I mean, 2 silver I think would be plenty per.
Bernie Sanders gonna come right in on the unicorn like, raise the minimum wage.
So that would knock it down to what?
Like 285 gold?
Well, if you need 1,500,
Yeah.
just 3,000 silver. So
So we'll round it up to 300. So we can get extra blood for the hangman.
yeah, whatever.
Is Sylvia and Yusuke, you guys done? Or do you want to keep chatting?
I think... Oh, I was trying to say, I definitely agree that I should have consulted with you guys about killing Zilri. But as you said, she was probably going to attack us at some point. And I don't think that she ever stopped those potions. But I don't think that's the betrayal he was speaking of, because I don't feel like that's a very big betrayal.
And someone is most likely connected to him in some fashion, and not just through the sightless seer, however he was communicating through you.
Hopefully we figure it out who it is before anything bad happens.
Okay, so
Maybe something will get revealed by the time we complete all these little side things that we need to get done. Or at the
Perhaps.
very least, hopefully before the next big move has to happen.
Maybe it's not even one of the 5 of us. Maybe it's one of the companions that we've acquainted ourselves with.
Well, either way, no brash actions. The game is, if that's that's what you call it anyway. It's too dangerous and too close to us now. At least we're aware of it.
In a game of the Nevermore Expanse, you win or you die.
Nice.
I should have stayed in the south. So Yusuke's just gonna sigh, look down at the ground, open up his eyes a little bit, just stare into Sylvia, and then he's gonna walk away, go find Lucan.
Okay. So you rush up to Lucan as he's walking over to what used to be the Blood Market, but is now the Lantern Priest's the chapel that they're building. Silas is walking south towards the warehouses and towards the Hanged Ones clergy. And Eek and Mad Max, you guys are running around the city. Okay, we can do this if you want to do, like, we can role play it out, or you guys can just jump ahead. However you guys want to do it.
Okay, doing like little role plays.
Okay. So Silas, as you make your way towards the south, towards the warehouses and the Hanged Ones. This has been now a couple days since you guys fought for the freedom of the Novavasi people. The streets are much busier, and there's a mix of commoners, sanguis, and all of the intelligent races that were once part of Novavasi. Now all across where once was just the sanguis in this southern part. Now there's humans that are walking up and down the streets. There are people chatting and talking. You even start to see people have businesses. You see some small carts being pushed around, and people are selling wares as they walk around. When you get close to the Hanged Ones, the doors are closed, but you can hear some sort of murmurings coming from the back, where the great tree is, the great withered tree. And then at the warehouses, you can see the one warehouse that you promised to the Hanged Ones that they could use as a blood market. There's some Hanged Ones that are walking out of that blood market, and looks like they're starting to make preparations there on bringing people in. And then a little ways south from there, where the docks, where you can see some docks that are coming in and out. People are fishing the waters. So where would you like to go?
So they're outside, you're saying, for the Hanged Ones?
Yeah, they're so the front doors are closed, but you can hear them talking in the back, like some silent murmurs coming from people in the back, like they're holding some sort of like religious service.
I'll wander around to the back.
Okay. So you make your way around. You can see there's 12 Hanged Ones with their hoods up, facing the great tree. They're in a way to where one is closer to the tree than the others, and he is kneeled down, and the others are kneeled down behind him. And they're just slightly just murmuring to themselves. Not like they're saying prayers out loud, but like they're praying to themselves in front of the tree. And as you come around and as you stop, they finish their murmurs, and they stand up and they turn and they look at you. And the same elf who you've spoken to many times now before, the same true elf, was the one that was in the front, now walks through the crowd of Hanged Ones up to you. And this time he gives you a smile and a nod, and he says, I am happy with our arrangements. We've begun to furnish the warehouse for the new blood market. Why are you here?
We're looking for containers for blood.
He looks kind of confused. Are we expanding our blood market?
We are temporarily appeasing the kingdom.
Well, if you need help in selecting humans, we are here to help our new leadership.
We want the humans to come at their own will.
Humans are cowards, but...
Humans are cowards, perhaps, but they're also greedy.
How so you attempt to pull the strings of greed to get donations?
Payments will be handed.
Do you need help in collecting? We do have urns, but we are also used to extraction.
We want to extract without pain.
I'm afraid I do not know any ways to do this without pain.
Which is why we're letting the humans do it to themselves.
We can provide containment for samples, but I would request that we watch over these extractions.
I think it can be arranged that some can be present. I don't know about oversee.
That is agreeable, and we will still have our fair share, yes?
Yes, we will actually can let you possibly choose which urns you would like to keep for yourselves.
This is agreeable. Would you like to do the extractions in our new warehouse we are preparing?
I will have to discuss with others to see what will happen. And we'll let it be at that for now.
As you wish, Silas. And he as he gives you like a slight bow, he walks into the center of this of the hanged ones, and their cloak figures just kind of swarm around them, and you can hear just whispers as they discuss what you guys just talked about.
I'd say if you'd like, you could deliver the urns to the old blood area for the time being.
And we'll be welcomed by the light believers.
I believe right now they will not show disdain for you. I'm not sure about welcome at this point.
All for one and one for all when death and destruction are at your door, I suppose. So be it.
That's all I really had, I guess.
You make your way out of the Hanged Ones Church, and they're going to start to bring urns and extraction methods up towards the Temple of Resmir. Could be extracted blood at the Temple of Resmir. So you make your way back towards the stronghold, and as you do, Yuska, you run up and you catch up to Lucan as he's about to walk into what was once the blood market is now becoming a temple for the lantern priests. Is there anything the two of you would like to do?
Yeah, I guess the main thing is go door to door. Have the town criers kind of just say, like, tonight there's going to be like a important city meeting at the chapel or the church. Out of character, does Sanguis not like Sanguis blood? Is that a no-go?
Yeah, it doesn't have the nutrients that they need. It's kind of like a vampire feeding on a vampire.
Makes sense.
So as you guys discuss this with your priests, the priests are to fan out. You can hear them walk in the halls, or walk in the streets and shouting. So this time now, as you're returning, you can hear there's a town crier walking up. He has a big belly. He has a lantern tied around his waist with rope. The lantern doesn't look like the very well-made lanterns that Lucan and Ekenik have. It's kind of just like a very used old lantern. But he's working with what he got. And you can hear him shouting, "When the sun sets, everyone is to make their way for a great feast at the new temple of Rezmir. All must attend. The future of Nova Vasi depends on it. Then he just walks a couple paces. When the sun sets, then he just continues over and over again. People stop and they look at him, and they give a nod. So Ikanik and Mad Max, you guys are running around Nova Vasi, and you start to hear these town criers shouting. What would you like to do?
Well, we're going to need some food. So I would probably take Max to the town square. Do I see Arvindorf anywhere?
When you woke up this morning, Yarb and Dorth were passed out in the grass outside the stronghold.
Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna go. I'm gonna grab Max, and then we're gonna go to Arvindorf.
Okay. So the two of you walk over to Yarb and Dorth, slobbering, laying down.
Hey! Hey!
Yeah.
She like kick him with her foot. Wake up!
Lord
It's morning.
Ikanik. Lord.
Yes, this is I. We're going to the town square. Did you bring any food back with you? I don't think you even saved any arrows. I don't see them.
We tried our best. Lord of the Kitchen, great Ursus Ikanik, to hunt with your bow and arrow method, but we have failed. We are sorry.
Oh.
We are sorry.
No, it's all right. You know, it's not for everyone. There's a thing called a crossbow that might work better. I don't prefer it. I'm not that strong, but you guys are really strong. So, we'll go to the town square now and get some food with Max. This is Max. He's our cook.
You want Yarb? You want Dorth to accompany?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Before going completely, Ikanik's gonna try to like look at Nora from a long distance away.
Okay.
To see, like, Nora, do you have this saddle yet?
Unfortunately, no, but that was only because we were sent away last night, but I should have it before the end of the day.
Okay, thanks, I'll be back. Okay. Then she'll leave with Max and Yarb and Dorth.
So you're walking in the front next to Max, behind you just... As you're walking through the city, people just make wide bursts to get away from the two giant Ettins following you.
Yeah, no, this is cool. So Max, do you know how to make food for 1,500 people?
I've never made so much food in my life. Maybe a stew?
How many people are in the army that you cooked for?
Maybe 200 on a good day?
Okay, so how many 200s goes into the 1,500s?
Is it just one of him? He points up at Yarb and Dorth.
Yeah, no, there's only one of you, right, guys? Right?
No one mightier than Yarb and Dorth, but Lord Ikanik of the Kitchen.
Yeah, there's only one of them. Then.
So we need to make 8 times almost that amount of stew.
8 times. Okay, well, let's go to the market then. Let's go find something. Do you have any money?
5 silver if that was paid.
Yeah, okay, no, that's fine. We'll probably find, maybe Yuska's on the route to, or maybe we'll see Silas or somebody on our way to the market.
Silas, you would see not Ikanik and Mad Max from where you are, but you would see Yarb and Dorth, tops of their heads, walking through the city. To do with what as you will. You could give it a wide berth if you want to, or you could go towards them. Oh, you muted?
Oh, you're muted. You're
Hey.
muted.
Yeah, Silas, you're muted on Discord.
I'm sorry. My bad. I'd just be walking back towards, the
You're
keeper or
going
whatever.
to ignore them?
You would see him then.
Huh?
You would end up,
I was
you'd run into him at the market then. So when
okay.
when Eek's shopping with Mad Max and Yarb and Dorth, you see Eek and Mad Max as you walk up through the marketplace to get back to the stronghold.
Silas! Silas, hey! Silas!
Yeah.
Silas, here. Go. Yeah, how you doing?
All right.
Yeah, that's good. Well, we're just getting some food. For 8 times 200 people. Yeah, no, everything's kind of going well. I think, Max, you enjoying the shopping? Are we getting everything?
We're gonna need more cards.
Yeah. So, Silas, we only have 5 silver, and I was thinking, I don't think that's enough. And,
Probably not for that many people.
Yeah, so what if, because we kind of run the city right now, what if can I tell the shopkeepers over there in the stalls that I'll come back with money? Is that okay?
You could try. I'm not sure if they will accept that.
Well, I feel like when you're with us and you stand behind us, we ask people stuff and they say yes. So could you stand behind me when I ask this?
Or depending on the cost, it could be paid up front.
The Galco comment's priceless.
So, if everything costs less than 5 silver, we can pay up front.
Perhaps I could be convinced to front some money.
Oh, well, I mean, I have money. Just not on me. Okay, let's go ask them. Just stand behind me, okay? Don't say anything. You don't usually say anything when you do this. So, and Eek is gonna go up to a person who is selling a variety of vegetables, probably.
Okay. So to make a stew that will feed 1,600-ish people, there's gonna be a lot of food.
Yes. Yes. Oh god.
Has a DM ever had to calculate this shit on the spot? Let me think. What kind of questions are these?
We're gonna buy
Well,
the whole
I wouldn't be surprised if somebody somewhere has had to do it at least once.
Right.
Are we gonna make it all at once, or are we gonna do it over the next few days, kind of thing, like we
the
were?
next few days, but Eek never shared that information.
Oh, I thought the Town Criers were saying tonight.
Let's do it all at once just to be safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
The nice thing is the stew, we can kind of keep it just like on a low heat
Is that
overnight
right?
if need.
Perpetual boil. Okay.
Get a big
Anyway.
pot the size of Paran's house.
The goal here is that Eek is asking to do an IOU. Does it succeed?
Make a persuasion with the first guy. I'll give you advantage because you have Yarb and Dorth and Silas behind you. You have a 2-headed Etna and you have the Nevermore Knight behind you.
Alright.
Say, my persuasion's +6 too.
Mine's -1.
You want to persuade instead? 16? 16's good.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Alright, let me see something here.
She wants the whole stand. But she'll pay him back. Later.
He, besides being threatened, or not threatened, but besides the sight of Silas, Yarb, and Dorth, and because you are responsible for freeing him and his people from the Nova Vasi, from the Sanguis and Farand, he is skeptical, but he does give you what he can.
Great, thanks. If you need any help, we are in the castle above the hill over there, across the river, sort of. Feel free to stop by. Probably should speak to Lishken. He's really nice. Yeah. Thanks.
I will
I'm back.
come, yes. Do you want to just take my cart with you?
Well, how about I'm thinking. So Max and I have to do some more shopping. Would you be able to bring it to the house? Maybe?
Sure, if I take it, I'll just knock on the door and get payment then.
Yeah, yeah. If nobody's there, you can always like yell for Nora in the yard. She's usually working outside. She should help too.
How many more
Don't-
do you need? We could all just take our carts to the keep, and
Oh,
you could just pay for our carts there.
oh, that would be great. If Lucan's home, he would help paying because he does a lot of math for us. So, no, yeah. Can we just like have everybody just go to our house?
What does the cost wind up being?
I calculated 160 gold. Which isn't too bad just for a stew to feed that many people.
No.
Okay.
Broken down by copper cost per person.
Oof. Okay, then I guess the entire market full of sellers is gonna go to the castle. Keep.
So as you guys persuade these merchants, farmers, Lucan and Yuska, the two of you are at the Lantern Priests, the Old Blood Market, and you look behind you and you see this trail of carts coming up to the castle. There's like 30 carts coming up to the castle full of vegetables and meats and breads.
Ikanik's eating a bread.
Well, I'll take it that Ikanik is doing her job. She's found some food.
I imagine she's leading this parade.
No,
She's a baguette.
Lucan,
Oh, that's funny.
I'm not an expert in logistics at all, but is that going to be enough?
Perhaps. Maybe we start with smaller portions. My main concern is how... Does Ikanik have any money on her?
Come to think of it, I have all of our money,
Hmm.
so no.
Perhaps we might
How
need
did
to stop
she-
by and-
How did she get all of that?
She seems to be...
I
quite
should probably talk to her.
You just hear this
Alright.
bellow from the stronghold from Yarvendorf. Light human! Light human! Lord Ikanik of the kitchen requests your presence, light human!
I will assume that is me. I will join you.
Light human.
You walk over and Yarvendorf are just shouting at you, saying, Light human! You walk over, they go, there he is! And you point. And then all these merchants just start to walk towards you. There's like 15 merchants that walk up to you, Lucan.
Here he is, guys. Everybody.
Are you here for payments? Payments?
Yes, everyone line up. Yusuke and I here will go collect your payments. And then I guess we'll head into the mansion. Hello, I see that you've managed to get food. Do you think it is enough?
Max thinks so, and Silas was with us, and he seemed okay.
Alright.
On a side note, I probably would have asked some of the merchants if they knew any cooks to cook all this food, since
Oh shit.
Okay. So if you guys want to, a lot of these merchants can cook. They'll just ask for wages to cook it. But you
give them
could
a silver apiece.
you could persuade them to cook the food too.
Alright, yeah, so we'll do that. We'll collect the food and then we'll ask them if anyone is willing to cook or if they have family members that can cook or anything like that.
So for about 165 gold, you guys have the food that you think you need for not a huge portion, but a portion. And you have cooks that will prepare it.
That's good.
This is for tonight, right? Or is it for tomorrow night?
Food is
For
for
2 days.
tonight.
For tonight, yeah.
Hopefully, yeah. I guess it's
We're
something
basically holding a pizza party.
basically holding a citywide pizza party and convincing them to give us their blood.
It's like, come talk to us. We have food.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah. How are we distributing the
It's
money?
like every college blood drive ever. There's pizza.
Yeah,
What?
exactly.
If it works, right? So is this money coming out of my pocket, or are other people willing to pay to prevent.
definitely chip into mine as well. But if we split
He's
it,
not
it'd
gonna
be
give
better.
any money until somebody tells him that he needs to give them money. Because he doesn't
But
know any better.
logistically, like out of character, we can all just pool our funds and divide.
Okay. I would appreciate that. I have enough money to do both, but then I wouldn't have any money to feed myself.
So it's 160 divided by 5, is it?
165. 5 gold
Yeah.
for the payments of the
I give
cooks.
like all my gold to Silas. I don't have gold.
Well,
Yeah,
that's why
um,
this is why we're just like doing it for a logistics
Yeah,
match.
divide it by 5 and I'll double up the.
Yeah, and then we have 285 golds for the donations when they actually give blood.
We should just put our gold in the like collective treasure tab on Roll20. So like, oh, minus 160. Oh, I need to buy this armor. Okay, that's fine. Da-da-da.
So how much am I
Yeah,
giving?
you can put it on the back if you want.
You said it was 165 on top of the other half?
So we basically need.
It's like 90 gold each.
Yeah. Well,
just
if
one- It's
we need
165 divided
we
by
need 465 altogether if we include the blood money. So essentially, what?
That's 93 each
Yeah.
of gold.
Yuska, we got 93 gold.
Okay, that sounds bad. I can afford that.
Okay.
We still have a ton of money.
Okay.
Well, you would need what 186 between the two of you.
We don't. Yes, we don't have enough like cooking areas, like hearths in the kitchen. So I'm assuming the cooks are gonna like go make their own like campfires in the yard outside of a keep or something,
Yeah.
and just set up
I mean-
their own like tents of food.
Yeah, I mean, I would be even against the idea of just like all like the stew pots are like right in front of the church, and like as they come in, we just hand them a bowl. So it's just 1,500 people standing there just with bowls.
Yeah, you could do that.
Econic's gonna try every person's stew, but that's at a later time.
Wait, so you're gonna take a bite out of all 1,500 stews?
Well, no, we don't have that many cooks. How many cooks do we have?
15.
15. She's gonna have 15 stews.
Oh, I see what you mean. I thought you meant individually for each bowl.
Nah, this is.
That'd just be like invasive.
I want to try all of them.
10.
One plat.
It's all denominators of 10.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So there's
Okay.
there's a bunch of
So-
furnaces burning. You guys are making food.
I paid my note.
I pay mine as well. Not that I'm there, but when I get there, I'll give you guys my portion.
Yeah, I deducted merchants and the blood money. So
Same here.
The town criers are making their rounds. The sun is starting to get low, mid-afternoonish. Is there anything else that the ghosty ones would like to do before the town meeting tonight?
I got nothing.
Yes.
Okay.
You can
Drink a wine.
Did you just snap your fingers and wine disappeared? What was that? It's not working.
It's
Wine.
It's
Oh,
champagne.
champagne. Ooh,
Whoa!
I just
fancy.
love the bubbles. Anyway, Eek is going to try to find the alchemist's place, having only been there once, and she's by herself.
Make a perception check with advantage.
Ooh, advantage, you say?
I did that in college. Because you are a hunter. 20, oh yeah. You find it.
But
You're able to follow the old trail easily to get to a Zaltek's alchemist shop.
great.
You make your way down into the cellar, and then the old Sanguis Zaltek is sitting there with his long, bony fingernails at his desk. He leans forward towards you. Yes.
Are you busy?
Not for you. You spent gold here before.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't have any right now, but
Well, then you can leave.
I didn't finish what I was going to do.
Are you here to purchase? Or do you want to sign a contract?
Well, could I pay you later?
No.
Are you sure? Because Yusuke has my money.
You could sign a contract.
I don't know what I would sign for, though.
What do you want?
I want some knowledge. And she'd like walk inside. So, I know tonight's full moon. And I was thinking, we have a lot of trouble coming up soon. And I was thinking maybe, talk to Lunuin about the Harlock issue. But she's not very nice today. We don't have much time. So then I was like, well, who else would know a lot of stuff? Well, Zoltan, that's not your name, would know a lot of stuff.
Zaltek is my name.
It's very close.
So you want to buy knowledge?
Can I pay later?
No, but 1 second. And he pulls out a piece of paper and a quill. And he dips it in ink. And you see him start to scratch. And what knowledge are you interested in?
I want to know who can help me get answers for stuff. Because I have a lot of questions, and sometimes Yusuke doesn't have the answers, and Lucan's pretty good about it, but he's not always honest.
I want...
What?
He looks
Go
at you.
ahead.
He squints his eyes. Do you consider yourself one of the leaders of Nova Vasi now that Ferrand has died? Do you speak for the group?
No.
Well, then I want nothing from you.
Okay,
Come.
well, I have...
Return when you have coin, and I will give you answers.
Well, what about, okay, we're having some stew tonight. Could you come eat stew, and then I can pay you then? Because Yusuke will be there.
I only drink,
Oh, that's right.
but I will be watching your gathering this evening with great interest.
So you will be there.
For selfish reasons.
Okay, no, that's fine. We all have those reasons. Do you think I can meet up with you?
Make a persuasion with disadvantage.
No, shit. Oh,
14. If I see you
mhm.
alone, I will approach. But you must have coin when I approach.
Okay. How much coin?
Depends on how many answers.
Is it a coin per question?
Have a bag, have a silver, or have a coin purse at the ready, and we will
Okay.
see, based on the questions you ask, the amount.
Okay. Can Yusuke come with me?
That is the Ursus, the tall one.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
but
Okay.
you must have what?
A
Coin.
bag of coins.
Correct.
Yes. Okay. Well, let me know if you ever want those compound teeth. I will see you later tonight.
Good evening.
Bye-bye. So, turn to leave.
Okay. So you make your way out of the dusty cellar, back up into the streets of Nova Vasi, across the cobblestone roads, to a pretty cool but clear night. And once you get to the Lantern Priest, the new Lantern Priest chapel, outside there are these long tables that are set up, and you can see all of the cooks. So now their stew is prepared. You can smell the smell of the stew. It smells good as you make your way up towards the Lantern Priest, the chapel. And there you can see Lucan, Sylvia, Silas, Yusuke. Mad Max. And people are starting to gather. The commoners are starting to approach. There's a lot of nervous chatter, but also a lot of laughter. And this is the first time in a while where the people here have gathered together outside of their victory to like really have a community gathering, but the spirits are high. Before you make your addresses, ghosty ones, do whatever you want to do or make your address.
Well, obviously, Eek will have to talk to Yuska about the exchange and how she needs a bag of coin.
I'm just gonna kind of sit back and wait in the wings.
Okay.
I'm just waiting as well.
So there's many commoners. They came at first, and then they realized there weren't that many bowls, so they went back and got their own bowls, and then they came back. And now they started to fill their bowls with stew.
Out of 15, which one tastes the best?
They all kind of really taste the same. There's nothing really stands out over the others. But you do see, Harvin is one of the stew makers, and his tastes pretty good. Harvin from the Howling Hound. Harvin and Tamil.
Harvin doesn't have the Blink Dog, does he?
Not with him there now.
But that's like his.
But he's one of the Blink Dog, yeah.
friend?
Yep.
Okay, no, Eek's gonna talk to him. She's gonna ask how much money he makes at the Howling Hound a week.
That is a private question, Ikanik. Are you trying to buy my tavern?
No. I was wondering if we could have you at the keep, maybe with your friend.
This music's too happy for this. That's a little better. Unfortunately, I have a business to run, and you've already taken my ox from me.
Well, now you can be with your ox. I think that's a pretty good trade-off, and we'll pay you.
I appreciate the offer, but now my heart is with the Howling Hound.
Okay, that's fine. You have a pretty nice stew here, Harvey.
Thank you.
Do good. Yeah. Okay. She'll be on it.
So the five of you are there. The area, like the yard, the lawn in front of the chapel is just full of people sipping stew, talking amongst themselves. The hanged ones are standing off to the side. Some of the sanguis are kind of staying off to the side, just watching. But most of the humans, dwarves, elves, gnomes, Ursus, they're all clustered in the middle, enjoying the stew together.
Yeah. Lucan will raise his one hand into the air, and he's going to cast Eldritch Bolt into the sky to get people's attention.
There's some PSD around there when kind of oh.
I'm glad I have all of your attention. We have some important matters to discuss, and as a group, we'll have to come down to a consensus, and I'm hoping that we'll all agree on this. We've managed to free this city, Novavasi, and ourselves from our oppressors, and with Resmir's light, we will continue to be free. But unfortunately, that does not mean our hardships will end. In order to prevent this further bloodshed, myself and the rest of us that have helped organize this have discussed with some outside forces on a way to prevent our old oppressors from attacking us. That being said, it's not an easy decision. With each of you, in order to keep you safe and alive and under Resmir's light, we have to provide a donation of blood to the tax that's coming in 2 days. This might seem like a shock, as we had discussed that this would not happen, but instead of bodies, it will be blood in jars. You will not lose any family members. And as payment for these donations, each person that donates blood will receive 2 silver coins in order to keep Novavasi safe. Any questions?
There's like a little bit of a hush murmur going across. So with this speech, I'm gonna do. I think this might be one of the first times we've done this. I'm gonna do a skill check. Skill checks. Skill challenges. Deal with the skill challenge. Everyone adds a skill to the pool, and you need more positive or more like good rolls and bad rolls. So everyone can offer up a skill and then say how they're going to use the skill. So for example, Lucan would say his speech would be like a persuasion. So everyone can offer up a skill to aid Lucan in persuading these commoners. This is more of like
offer up my persuasion.
Well, once someone offers up a skill, you have to use a different skill. Can't use the same skills.
Yeah, so mine gonna be persuasion, and I'd like to use my inspiration if possible.
Okay. Cool. And you could even come up with weird things, like you could say athletics, but you could say athletics because I'm going to lift Lucan up in the air. Like you can make some weird, outside the box ideas.
Can I use my experience as a healer to like help bolster the argument? Like if they are donating, like they'll be taken care of. Like there won't be, there'll be somebody there to like help them if anything goes wrong.
Experience as a healer. So what skill do you think that would be?
Medicine.
Okay.
Could
Can I use? Oh, go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'd like to use deception. Anybody who is still kind of on the edge, I'm gonna kind of use my deception to try and promise them more, but not actually give them more.
You got it. Yeah. That's a very Sylvia thing to do.
Can I use intimidation, but not to intimidate them, but to say that I would intimidate the others?
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Okay. So we got persuasion, medicine, deception, intimidation. And then we just need Eek.
I would like to use stealth because I assume I'll be poking all these people in the arm with the auxiliary poke kit that we have. But I want to do it while they're distracted by either being deceived by Sylvia or intimidated by Silas.
So you want to start draining the blood while the speech is going on?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Jeez.
Everyone has AIDS.
All right. So Luke can give me a persuasion roll with advantage.
Oh,
23.
good.
You could give me a medicine.
Oh no.
Sylvia, give me a deception.
Ghosty ones strike again.
I'll use one of my inspirations on that as well.
21. Good. Silas, intimidation. Nice. And stealthy Economic.
Can I decide after my roll to use inspiration or before?
I'll give it to you after.
After.
Do you want to use it?
Yes.
All right. So 4 successes. Lucan gives a riveting speech, and Yusuke tries to show how he could heal the group, but as he does, he stands up behind Lucan and he slips and he falls a bit to the side, and everyone's kind of looking over. But as they do, Sylvia's walking through the crowds, and as Sylvia's walking through the crowds, you can pick out some of the naysayers, some of the people that don't look like they are not fully on board. And as Sylvia is speaking to them, Economic slips up behind him and catches them in the calf and in the back of the leg, and then she starts to drain blood out, following Sylvia around. After Lucan's speech, Silas gives a very powerful, intimidating, half roar, half couple of sentences to back up what Lucan was saying about protecting the city together and fighting off any naysayers. And the crowd's with you. There are cheers. There was many cheers after the talk of getting coin for donating blood. That really helped to motivate. Kind of going against the Nazis. Yeah, but your skill challenge is successful, and the people are with you guys. They are ready to donate blood this time.
This time.
Yeah, so Lucan will go on to explain that midday tomorrow is when the donations will start, and that anyone donating, if they have a jar to bring it. That sounds weird, but
Wait, we didn't collect blood today.
No, we were collecting it
Wait.
tomorrow, but you started stabbing people.
That's what I thought. Okay, no.
Yeah.
Okay. It can be justified in a way that it would be like, oh, it's just like this. See? Oh, you didn't feel anything because you didn't do it.
You can make serial poker. So the crowd stays for a while and they eat their fills of the stew and they just chat. And as you guys are all chatting and draining blood, Ikanik, you feel this long raspy poke on your shoulder. And you turn around and Zaltek is standing there. He's much taller than what you expected. He's about 6 inches shorter than Yuska, but he's behind you in a very dark black robe. I'm here. Do you have your coin purse with you?
You should look around for Yuska. Is he nearby?
He's nearby.
Yes. It's Yuska.
That is a very large coin purse.
Yes, he is. He does other things though. Yuska.
What's up, little buddy?
You see Eek talking to Zaltek, the alchemist.
Hey, so, we're going to give Zaltek some money in return for some answers.
Okay.
I don't have money, and you have my money, so I thought it'd be okay. So, yep.
How much does she owe you?
After each question, I will hold up my hand and tell you how much the answer is worth.
It's not like one coin per question.
Depends on the question.
We have a lot of copper, though. Okay, that's fine.
He just stares at you.
I think he's going to ask for copper, little buddy.
Okay, well, anyway. Let's go somewhere more private than here.
As you wish. He almost glides as he walks across the lawn, following you.
Do I see his feet actually touch the ground?
Make a investigation. Or perception, your choice.
I feel like I'm not that fact. Other perception.
They touch the ground, but they're very, very graceful and briefly.
Okay.
He's a very dexterous old man.
So he looks old for a Sanguis? Alright. So when we go to somewhere private, he could sit on the ground and think for a little bit. Okay. Is there some sort of Avis, like god or angel, that's talking to me?
He holds out his hand. 1 gold piece.
Oh, that's a lot of gold.
I'll look down at Eek.
I'll ask better questions next time.
Also, I'll pull out 1 gold.
There is no Avi's god in particular, but the one that most typically is worshipped by your kind is for Iana, the matron of ravens. But the ones that follow her are darker complected, black feathers. But any deity can take a liking to any of the races.
This is true. Okay.
Is that why you're here?
How...
Are you a member of the Desolation? Do you hunt the undead? Like
No.
your brethren? Oh, interesting.
Who amongst the undead? I don't have any brothers, I think.
It is of no concern if you are not aware. Unless it is you want to ask another question.
I do, but not that one.
Puts the hand back.
How... I want to learn more sciencey things. How do I do that?
He holds out his palm. 1 silver.
Oh, okay.
I'll give him the silver.
You also know that this guy is... Because you're pretty wise, Yusuke, so you would see that this guy is Sanguis. But the silver, he takes it nonchalantly,
That's what I was thinking.
puts it in his pocket.
I was thinking
To learn more, you just need to study the book I gave you and purchase more books. When you go to cities, there are many bookkeepers, bookshops. Your friend Lucan probably has his own array of books that could teach you what you wish to know.
okay. Why doesn't the silver hurt you?
Interesting question. He holds out his palm. Platinum, 1.
Oh, I don't know if we. Isn't that like just a lot of other coins though? Can we just give you like a lot of other coins?
You can give
I
me
mean, we
any amount equal to 1 platinum.
How much is that, Yusuke?
I think it's one of these. Are you sure, you little buddy?
Well, I mean, he touched it, and I mean, Zoltek, you're a Sanguis, right? And we were told not to touch Sanguis with silver, but he touched it, and it was okay.
I'll give him the platinum piece.
He puts it in his pocket. Sanguis are not harmed by silver unless they dealt with the poison many years ago that ran through their bloodstream and were not aware of it. The silver acts as an activator. But if they were not originally poisoned by some of the false alchemical concoctions, they are safe from silver. You didn't see her, Silas? With the 7?
Oh.
Do you understand?
Not really, but I mean, that's okay.
Think of it as a ticking time bomb in the veins of Sanguis if they
How did it get there?
fed from the wrong type of blood.
Is that the one that Zilri made?
Correct. That is one of the offshoots.
Oh, okay.
But for more
Oh!
more noble Sanguis or smarter Sanguis, silver is not harmful at all.
Okay.
In fact, I believe Sanguis outside of the Nevermore Expanse probably have no idea what that means.
Oh. That's interesting. Okay. Well, I have 2 questions. The first one is, where is Zilri? Can you tell me that?
Unfortunately, I cannot.
Oh. That's fine. And the second one is, can Harlock be harmed by silver too? Did he have the poison?
Harlock
On Lishken.
is almost a deity of himself, and such things would not even faze him.
How much for that question?
That one is free.
Thank you, that's very kind of you. Lishka, do you want me to ask something about the druids in the forest?
I think we'll find out enough about them soon enough.
Okay.
But they might be a problem we just have to exterminate.
I suppose. Alright, Zeltek, thank you for talking with us.
It was my pleasure. And he starts to slowly slide away like he walks. Silas, you see him. You see Zaltek moving away from your stronghold, going back towards the alchemy shop, crossing the bridge. Many of the commoners now are starting to disperse the party as the stew is gone, making their way back to their homes. It's pretty late at night now. The sun is set. Still a slight chill. But everyone seems to be in very good spirits. Some of the people that are walking away, they walk with like a slight limp and they're not sure what happened. They're just kind of like, what's going on? They walk away with slight puncture wounds on their thighs and calves. But after the festivities, the merchants that you hired clean up the supplies that they had. They are all ecstatic for selling their entire month's worth of wares in a day, and they make their way back to their homes too. And the 5 of you are left at your stronghold with Mad Max and Pazian, Yarb, and Nora to end your evening how you wish and continue the next day whenever you want.
Ikini doesn't want to go to bed. She will read her book that she got from Zaltek a few days ago. In the yard where Yuska usually is.
Yeah. Pazian's out there. Yarb and Dorth are laying down in the grass. Pazian's out there playing his flute quietly as you step out by the garden. The satyr sitting on the box with his goat-like legs crossed, pan flute in his mouth, and just
Okay. Isn't just the introduction, excuse me, introduction to alchemy?
Yep.
Okay.
What's your intelligence modifier?
Lower, I think it might be just a 1. Yes.
So to become proficient in alchemical tools with a 1 intelligence, it's going to take you 9 weeks of reading.
Like 24 hours, 24 hours, 24 hours in 9 weeks?
8 hours a day.
Oh, 8 hours a day. Oh my god. Well, she only spent like 4 hours today. So.
Okay. Those are the Xanthar skill rules. Avon has like a +5, so he learns shit so fast in the other game. It's stupid. He knows all the languages.
Oh, wow.
And they go on month-long like castle flying expeditions, so that's what he does.
And then you have this Avis.
You guys are still only level. You're still low level 2. Still building it up. Level 6.
Level 6, not 2.
Well, you guys are level 6. I mean, he's like level... I think he's level 13. So the rest of you, as she's reading her book, is there anything you guys want to do before you go to bed?
I should start reading books when I'm doing whatever.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, Lucan's gonna spend most of his night tidying up the church and trying to get as much organized for tomorrow.
Okay. So long rest comes to you guys.
Would it take longer to read to Yarb and Dorth? But not read to them, but like just read aloud next to them?
It'll be the same time. As
Okay.
long as they don't interrupt you.
Yeah, she'd be like reading to them, but like just reading aloud with them
Okay.
next to her.
So if you want to like have Yarb and Dorth learn that, they have a -2, so it takes them 12 weeks.
Ooh, buddy.
But they can learn it.
They'll be with her. They'll be with her at least tonight.
So the day falls. A new day comes. It is the 11th of Narbalith, and you guys awake to clear skies. When you guys wake up, as the sun is starting to rise, the commoners are already lining up outside the church, ready to give blood. Some of them are carrying urns, clay urns, metal urns, whatever they can carry. And the hanged ones are also there, just kind of waiting off by the side, just watching. They have a lot of large containers with them too.
Alright. I will avoid the hanged men as much as possible, but whoever wishes to join, me and my guards will be doing most of the donations.
So the commoners, they just walk up to you guys, hold out their arms, and you extract what you need to. Many of them faint. Some of them take some time to gather themselves, but over the course of the day, you would be able to collect enough blood to satisfy Harlock for this tax. Giving out coin as each person passes.
We did it.
Hooray.
How many days would that be? 2? 1?
So it'll take you about a full day to collect, and the tax collectors will arrive in 2 days.
Okay. Eek would pray to Lunowin tonight because of the new moon.
Okay.
No, it's not a new moon. It's a full moon to the waning. Never mind. It would take a while.
Are you looking at the calendar on Rodevil?
Yeah.
Okay. You said it's not a new moon tonight?
Isn't it, Leah? Isn't it the 11th today?
Yep.
So it's next week is the new moon.
Okay.
I think. So that is 17.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
Full lunar calendar that I always forget to look at on Rodevil. So would you guys like to jump through the 2 days, pay the blood, and then be ready to go 3 months to do what you wish with the city until you have to collect blood again?
I'd like to go to the alchemist to get our potion.
Yeah, the potion for the polymorph,
Yes.
the spell magic.
And get my armor as well.
Yeah, you get your armor. You'd have your Yarb and Dorth harness. And for the sake of just having it done, Benor's got his weaponry.
Woohoo!
So Benor is outfitted, not using his ore anymore. Silas has his +1 armor, +1 plate. Or is it plate? Yep.
Plus
Yarb,
one plate.
Yarb and Dorth have their large harness that sits on top with a little seat for Eek and Eek to sit on their shoulders.
Wait, he's not using his ore anymore?
You got him a short bow, right?
Yeah, as a secondary weapon.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Or is he not allowed? Or is he only allowed one weapon at a time?
Yeah, you carry both.
Okay, cool.
So you collect your dispel magic potion from Zaltek.
Eek is gonna read 4 hours every night until the tax day. I think it's just 3 total then.
Yep.
I'll be with Silas when he goes to get that potion.
Okay.
I kind of want to talk to him and be like, so I saw you walk, and it looked familiar.
Zaltek leans forward. Those long, bony fingers, the old saying was, familiar how?
Like you're in original Sanguis.
That is kind of you to notice. I am ancient, yes.
Would you perhaps have a brother?
Not that I can recall. I'm here alone. I've been alone for a very long time. It is nice of you to ask. But no, I am not an original noble. Just one of the first.
Okay, I'll leave it at that then.
So you have your potion, the two of you.
Yeah. I would wander back to the caves then.
Okay. So Sylvia and Silas, you two walk past Lord Fran's manor. The Werewrath are still outside, guarding the front doors as they did. You walk into the large cave under Fran's manor, and there Lady Anastasia Ferrand is swimming in the pool, her large serpent-like form.
What's her demeanor look like today?
So today when you get there, she seems much more calm than before. She just slowly, gracefully swims. As you see her, as you approach and she sees you, she squirms out, slithers out of the water, coils up in front of the two of you, standing a little bit higher than you. Her cobra-like neck flailed out a bit, but not angrily, just like she's almost stretching. Have you come to mock me?
We come to try to make you human again. Or whatever, yeah. To break the spell. I kind of have the potion in my hand.
She looks at it. What purpose do you do, or what purpose do you have of freeing me from this curse? No one does anything for free.
Well, I guess it is twofold. We would like to get you to, well, we want to see you with your son again. But we don't think that becoming a were-rat will happen if you are polymorphed currently. And two would be to know where your former husband kept all of the coin he collected.
So in return for freeing me from this form, I am to tell you where the coffers are.
Yes.
Make a persuasion with advantage. A 13?
Advantage.
26?
20, yeah, I was gonna say
You're right.
26.
26, yeah, she's all for it. She leans forward, and you see her long forked tongue kind of slither out of her mouth towards the bottle. You give it to her?
Yeah.
So she pops the bottle in her mouth, drinking the potion. And there's this large swirl of mist that starts to encompass her body. And at first it encompasses all the way up to her and it swirls around her like a tornado. And it slowly starts to fall and fall and fall. And when it does, there is a blonde female human. She's sitting on the ground in front of you, sweaty. Seems to be a little sick to her stomach. And she leans over and she hurls into the water. And then she looks up at the two of you. And she looks down at the water, seeing her reflection. She looks at her hands. You did it. It's a miracle. You freed me. Thank you. She rushes forward and she tries to give both of you this big embrace, this big hug. If you allow her to.
I kind of like put my hand out and try to stop her from hugging me.
Okay.
I guess I'd be indifferent. I mean...
So she hugs Silas and he has his arms down. Well, I couldn't say I expected any empathy, but I'm free. I can finally go... Wait. But my son... Will he care that I'm a human and not a were-rat like him? There's some...
How would you feel becoming a were-rat?
don't know. I'd never thought of it before. I never thought I would be free of the curse.
You're trading one curse for another, but getting a son.
Well, we could always see how she reacts, or how he reacts to her being human
Yeah,
first.
that's true.
Suppose all I can do is speak to him.
Exactly. Shall we go meet your son? Again?
She kind of looks at her hands again. But first, you wish to know where my late husband's coin is, yes?
That's
That would
fair.
be helpful.
I would like to go see my son without Sanguis around. No ill intentions. I just don't know how he would appreciate seeing me accompanied by the two of you.
That's fair. We wish to speak with you guys later on as well.
Well, you are always welcome. You've done a great service to me. His coffers are buried under the great tree at the Hanged Ones at the chapel.
Oh man, we're gonna start a war with them.
Not necessarily. You didn't piss them off enough yet.
We're about to dig up their tree for all the money.
You don't have to dig up the tree.
Fair enough.
Don't let them tell you otherwise. They know it is there. I imagine they thought they could keep it for themselves if no one knew where it was. But if you'll excuse me, I would like to go see my son.
If he turns you away, we are at the old burgomaster's house. You can find us there.
Thank you. She gives you a smile. She starts to walk outside the cave. She walks kind of like gingerly and like unsure of how to walk, and she slowly learns how to walk again, and she starts to speed up her pace. Then she walks out of the cavern in front of the two of you.
Well, few hard days' work. Shall we collect our reward?
Well, wouldn't mind going down to the Hanged Ones to kind of play it cool, to see what they want to pay for blood.
Fair enough. We can do that first.
Alright, so the two of you are going to the Hanged Ones. This will put you a little after midday. The two of you make your way towards the Hanged Ones as the commoners are being drained of their blood by Lucan and those guys up at the chapel. But did you get to the Hanged Ones church? It's not as busy as it usually is, but there are a couple there. When you knock on the door swings open wide, and the dark hoods over the eyes of the Hanged Ones as they open the door and they stare at you. Yes?
He asks for the leader.
The true oath that you speak to emerges from the crowd, and he steps in front of his Hanged Ones.
So he did say that the blood would be provided for coin. As this is being done right now, what could you provide for the payments? As we don't want to upset everyone.
He looks at you. And from his hidden cloak, he tries to jam you with his longsword.
Oof.
So, next week, We're gonna kick it off with you guys rolling initiative at some of these hanged ones as they try to stab you. Because you've learned their secrets.
Jesus.
So hope you guys enjoyed that. Shout out to Rizzo for winning that sweet mug. Next live stream for the Ghosty ones will be next Monday at 7 o'clock. They're every Monday night. And then we'll be doing a DM workshop this Thursday. I'll be working on the Garuthian map for the 5 great cities and getting set up the 5 bronze shields that represent the 5 houses, which goes along with the faction war, so you guys can fight each other in battle royals. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked what you saw, hit that follow button. If you made it this far on YouTube, please subscribe, and we'll see you on Thursday. See ya!
Well, it's a good thing I got my armor and take less damage.
Yeah, really. What secret did we learn about? Is the secret the gold or the money? Sorry.
Mhm.
How do they know that we know that though?
Didn't you say you wanted the money?
We were he was just asking them for money for the blood. Or was I just not hearing correctly?
Maybe I misunderstood what you're asking for. Either way, you're getting stabbed.
Fair enough.
Well, it is what it is.
I'm okay with that. The hanged men suck.
Well, more money for the Bank of Yuska, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys don't know we're getting gold. What are you talking about?
If you want to keep Novavasi in one piece, you're gonna use that gold for not just yourself. There's only so many plates of armor you can wear.